Young readers are no doubt trying their hand at some writing of their own, but how many of them have had a book published before they finish grade school? How about 2 books? How about that's really impressive. Now, the truth is, 9-year-old Anaya Willabus has lots of other interests and talents, playing soccer, training in martial arts, and eating Oreos.
But the real news here is that Anaya just finished with 4th grade, has her 2nd book titled A Bully's Disguise, available on Amazon.com, and we are excited to hear what it's like to hold the title of youngest chapter book author in U.S. history, and to hear about her latest work, Anaya Willabus. Welcome to BK Live. And of course, to tell us more about those Oreos, we're delighted to have her mom, Dimple, a local businesswoman. Hello.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you both for being on BK Live. Anaya, you are the most accomplished young author I have ever met in my life. How does it make you feel when people tell you how remarkable it is to have 2 books out as just a 4th grader?
Well, it's great to inspire others, and it feels good to, you know, be there where others can learn from what I do as well.
Amazing.
It is amazing. What made you come up with the idea, a bully's disguise? I mean, your first book, The Day Mohan Found His Confidence. What was the inspiration?
Well, I wrote about confidence and bullying because these are many issues that children deal with in life, so I thought that since they're relatable issues, let me write this in a book.
What's the process of you actually writing? Do you sit at the computer like an hour a day? Do you just write when you're inspired? What's the process?
Well, I write whenever I have time to write. Well, I take notes, and then sometimes I type it onto the computer, sometimes with help from my mom, and I put the notes together and make my books.
Wow. Well, you know, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, so she gets a lot of this from you, Mom. It makes me question my own parenting, like, how can I make my child, or a parent make their child, I guess, as accomplished as your daughter?
Well, the truth is, Anaya is one of 3 kids that I have. And my other 2 children are different in that they have different interests. With Anaya, she started reading at 2. Anaya never creep or crawl like a normal baby. She just started running at 9 months old. So we knew there was something different about Anaya, literally. Wow. So she started reading at 2. She could barely pronounce words correctly, but she started reading. She could memorize an entire book and recite the entire book. But as parents, we never knew that her interest would grow in reading and writing the way it did. But she always said that she wanted to write a book. So we just ignored it. Yeah. Kids want to do things.
Right.
But for some reasons, she just had this inspiration to write. And my husband, of course, always take them to the library because he felt as though reading is so fundamental and so important to your growth. It will always be part of life, as Anaya says. So those are the foundations of her reading and writing background.
Who are some authors that inspire you, Anaya?
Well, I've read poetry from Shel Silverstein. I've read Barack Obama's Dreams from My Father. I've read Malala Yousafzai's book, and I've read several others as well.
That's amazing. I love it. I love Shel Silverstein. What do you hope people get out of your books in terms of lessons about confidence and bullying?
Well, I hope that children will always remember, you know, speak up for what you believe in, because many children, when they deal with bullying, they think, oh, well, people won't listen to me. By saying and telling on somebody, I'll be a tattletale. And these things aren't true, because when you see someone being bullied, the right thing to do is to tell others.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you've won numerous awards. Can you share just some of the awards you've won?
Yes, well, last Friday I won one award from the Assemblywoman, Mr. Alan Mizell. I won it because I won the Women's History Poetry Contest, first place in the district. I got a Certificate of Merit for my participation in the Black History Month essay contest. I got an award for being the top St. Jude's earner in my school because our school had a math-a-thon. And I've been appointed as a global youth editor for Forum magazine.
That's amazing. Wow. I feel like such a loser listening to all the... No, I was just kidding.
Question my work ethic. I need to do more. Mom, tell us, you know, what do you say to her every day that you think helps inspire her to continue along the path that she's on?
Well, I should say what we say, which is my husband and I. He is big on making sure both of us are on the same page in terms of their education. we actually teach them at home. We teach them, we have over 400 books in our library at home. And I read in excess maybe of about 600 books so far. And you can tell her level of reading. She reads books that I've never read. I'm not gonna lie, I never read some of those books. But what we've instilled in them is that whatever they learn with the school curriculum, we teach them beyond. For example, for Black History Month in her school, they did not learn anything but Black history, but at home, we taught them so much about Black history. So they have that fundamental understanding and grounded in the history, Black history and the culture, and our Guyanese culture too, because my husband and I are from South America. So we teach them a lot at home, math, English, literature, we teach them so much more. So that's some of the reasons why, she reads and writes like this.
Yeah, so intelligent and so many accolades. Congratulations on those, Anaya. What do you think is ahead? Do you have ideas for future books you want to write? Are you going to continue to write books at a fast pace?
Well, when I grow up, I hope to become a teacher, and I will continue writing books so that children can still continue to be inspired.
Wow, she wants to be a teacher. I see president. You ever thought about being president?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
That's great. We'll show this clip when you are. Now, your books are on Amazon. What else can you tell us? We asked what's next. There's a book deal coming up. Dimple, can you tell us about that?
Well, we've actually turned down a lot of publishing companies, and because Anaya and I would sit and discuss publishing companies, and we've never actually tried to reach out to a publishing company to publish our books because of the fact that the way she writes and the content of it may not be something people may approve because it talks about different cultures and stuff. And and also the restriction on a publishing company. When you go through a publishing company, there's restrictions. Yes, they may give you a lump sum up front of $50,000, which I was offered, excuse me, but I refuse it because $50,000 means nothing when it comes to her freedom, especially school, because her school is most important to us now. And if you give us $50,000, then she's restricted based on your regulations, not to mention her work will be not her property, but will be the publishing company's property. So for us, it's not about the money, it's about teaching her value, teaching her leadership, teaching her to get her thoughts out. So those are the basic things and the important things to us. So in terms of a publishing company, we're not interested in a publishing company as of now. At least as of now, until she gets old and she chooses to do different, that's on her, but as of now, no.
Wow. And your brothers and sisters, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have one younger brother and one older sister.
Okay. And outside of writing, what do you do? Do you watch movies? We know you like Oreos.
Well, I love to play soccer and karate, and I love spending time with my brother and my sister, Brandon and Chantel. And oftentimes we still go to the movies and we go to the mall and we have fun.
Do your siblings inspire you at all? Do you think about them when you're writing your books at all?
I do.
Nice.
My siblings are very supportive of me as well.
That is so beautiful.
That's great. Are they writing books? Are they authors?
Well, my brother hopes to become an author, he said.
Okay.
She inspired him. But you should tell him that you also did the cover for your second book.
Please, yes. What can you tell us about the cover?
Well, I drew all of the pictures on my cover. And for the characters, I drew them, and then my sister helped me to create the book cover you see now.
And what's this here?
Well, these are some bags I'd like to give to you.
Oh.
And these are
Presents.
Thank you, Anaya. This is amazing. What are these? What are these from?
The award-winning author
these are from
and
my
poet.
book launch.
Oh, excellent.
That's amazing.
Thank you so much. The books are
Yes.
available on Amazon. What happened at the book launch? Was Eric Adams there? We have some pictures from the book launch here.
Well, he had a representative present because around that time was a lot of graduations.
Yes.
But we did have a special little girl who, tell them about the little girl who came.
There's a young girl named Malia, and she came all the way from, I think it was
Pennsylvania. 6 hours just to come to the book launch.
Oh
She's
my
there.
gosh, you're inspiring people all over the country. There's a picture. Wow. What does that feel like? Do you get emails from a lot of people, a lot of other children your age? What does it feel like to be told you're so inspiring to not just adults but kids your own age?
Right.
Well, it's great because to know that I can inspire others, it makes me feel good because when others are inspired, those are also things that can improve our world as well.
Anaya Willabus, thank you very much for being here. Dimple, thank you for being
you for
here.
having us.
We really appreciate it. Keep up the excellent work. Everyone can get your books on Amazon, and we're going to hear a lot more from you in the future. So thank you for being on BK Live here.